Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Fred Bean's Honda in Abington, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new 2026 Honda Civic. This is the LX trim. Color here is Blue Lagoon. We got front wheel drive, cloth interior. It is a basic point A to point B everyday car for a little over 26 grand. And if you're looking for value for money, maybe this Civic LX is the one you would go with. You can let me know as we go through this vehicle. So let's dig in. The front end of this 26 Civic LX in the Blue Lagoon paint. Love the color. We have a full spread of LED lighting on an LX trim up front, which I love. Flat black on the upper and lower part of the grille. Honda badge right in the middle. Nice low slung hood. It's got a really mean look to the front end of this Civic LX. Now, as we come around to the wheel and tire package, what we got here is a 16-inch steel wheel with a silver hubcap, the Honda badge in the middle. The wheels are wrapped in Hankook Kinergy GT tires, so some pretty good tires on an LX vehicle. 215 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 16s, all four corners, front wheel drive. Moving on out as the sun peeks through the clouds, there is that Blue Lagoon paint with the silver on the wheels and the silver on the windows. As we come in closer, we got the Blue Lagoon side view mirror caps, no LED turn signals, but we do have the same color on the front and rear door handles. Left side fuel filler cap up top, same color roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof, and then over the back we go. Bit of a deck lid kick up here in the back, and then we're going to have some standard bulbs for turn signals in the rear, Civic on the left, Honda right in the middle, and then we have our exhaust tucked up underneath the back right bumper. Under the hood of this 26 Civic LX is Honda's 2-liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to a CVT. 150 horsepower, 133 pound-feet of torque. MPGs, though, are big. 32 in the city, 41 on the highway, and 36 combined. We're at the back left quarter panel of the Civic at the fuel filler door. This vehicle has a 12.4 gallon gas tank. Honda is using capless fuel technology in the Civic here in 26. The vehicle's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price, 26 Civic 4-door LX. That's how it's written out. $24,595. Vehicle has no options on it except for the Blue Lagoon paint for an additional $455. Once we add that in and a destination and delivery charge of $1,195 from Honda's Alliston, Ontario, Canada assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $26,245. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, it's going to be all hard black plastic all the way down until you get the fabric insert and a black fabric armrest with the light gray stitching. Brushed aluminum door handle, flat black on the switchgear. It's where you're going to pop the trunk right there. Decent sized door pocket, standard 4-speaker audio system. We have a large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Seating, manual seats for the driver and the front passenger. Black cloth, light gray cross stitch, bit of an insert design. Bolstering feels firm but forgiving, and so do the headrests. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. Over to the dash. We're going to have soft touch up top, gloss black and brushed aluminum wire mesh trim into the heat and air vents. Down further, we do have a large glove box. It is a non-locking glove box. And then we have Honda's base 7-inch infotainment system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto, music, AM, FM, Bluetooth music, no Sirius XM. Very, very simple. Volume and on-off. And then that is your tuning knob over on the right. We do have Seek for your music, Bluetooth your phone, so you can play Bluetooth music, your radio controls, media, and as you can see, it says no device paired. I don't want a paired device right now. So there you have it. And then it also says using USB, please connect iPhone to start CarPlay or Android Auto. So there you go. Then you have your menu all the way to the right, where you have your sound settings, speakers, Bluetooth settings, set your clock, volume, all that jazz in here, language, right? All that simple stuff, very simple. Then we can go back to radio. We're back to the beginning. Now we go to reverse. We have a backup camera, fairly clear with trajectory and some other views right there. And then back to the beginning. So very basic here in this LX. Down further, four-way hazards, more heat and air vents, single zone climate control with max defrost, push button start in red, which looks cool. Down further, 12-volt, two USB-Cs, and a rubberized area to lie your phone so things won't slide around. But you're not going to have heated seats or heated steering wheel or any of that jazz. Wireless charging in this LX. It's a basic transportation vehicle, and that's why we put it on the channel. We have the gator on the gear shift with the stitching to go through the simulated gears of this CVT. We have this ribbed design here, so you won't get fingerprints and scratches all over the plastic, which is nice. Two cup holders. We have our Honda key fob. Pretty simple. Lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, and our panic button, tailgate trunk, and our panic button, Honda on the back. And then we have two drive modes, normal and eco, engine auto stop start on or off, electric brake, auto vehicle hold. We have fabric on the armrest, but it is very soft. We can open that up. We have a removable coin tray, which you can put up front or move to the back. And underneath, we have a larger area for storage. The Civic LX wheel, it is a soft touch wheel with the 10 and 2 notches, Honda badge on the horn button, some gloss black down here to lift the wheel up, round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room at 5'11" to get in and out of this Civic. It is a nice open and airy passenger cabin in this car. Now, on the left side, I have my telephone command, or excuse me, voice commands, volume, seek for your music, right, source. On the right side, I have my adaptive cruise, which is a nice touch in an LX trim, as well as the LED lighting as well up front. And then we have our left stalk, we have our headlights, turn signals, high beams. Then on the right, windshield wipers. Over here on the left, bright and dim the dash, traction control off. Again, in this corner, pop the trunk. And we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have the analog digital combo. So you have an analog gauge on the right, digital gauge on the left. Here is, we're in normal, we hit the econ button, and we go to economy. Or we can go back to normal. Pretty simple. Then you have your source, where you can go through your infotainment screen. And then you can go through trip A, B, and C. Let's say you want B, you can reset that. And then we're back to the beginning on that action. And you can change your volume as well. So very nicely done. And then we have a home button where we can go scroll through and decide, what do we want to have up on the screen here? Right? Let's say range and fuel. We'll put that up. So it is quite easy to use, and it's nice and clear. Overhead console. Well, we don't have a power roof to show you. We don't have a spot for your shades, but we do have LED interior lighting in here. So that's cool. So I do like that in an LX trim. And rear view mirror, it's a framed rear view mirror with manual dimming function. Then our sun visor with vanity. No light. Would be nice to have an LED light right there. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting into the back seat of the Civic LX, but first the rear door panel, where it's going to be the same as the front. Plastic all the way down, then you have fabric right here. So consistency design front to back is good. Now I have a sloping roof, seat set for my driving position. So you know the drill. Right leg in, duck, twist, left leg in. But here in the Civic, I have a good amount of room in the back. Like I said, seat set for my driving position. I'm going to have to duck anything over 5'9". You're probably going to have to duck to get in. But now at 5'11", I got about 2 inches of room for my head, plenty of room for my shoulders and knees. So it is a nice space in the back of this Civic. We don't have a seat pocket behind the driver or the front passenger. I'd like to see at least one. No heat and air vents or USB connectivity in the rear of the center console. I'd like to see at least some connectivity back here. And then we don't have an armrest in the back. I'd like to see one of those. So a little bit plain here in the back, but we understand it's built to a price, not necessarily to a standard. We have the same black cloth seats. Pretty simple. No insert design on these seats either. So understood, though, they're building this to a lower price point, and so we have some cost cutting by Honda in the backseat area. But as far as comfort goes, it is very comfortable and roomy back here. All right, getting into the trunk of this Civic LX. Here's the button right here on the door. On the driver's side, you push the button and up it goes. And you just lift it right up. Look at that. It looks good, right? 14.8 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of the Civic LX. That's a really good number for a sedan this size. Here are the carpeted floor mats. Underneath here, tools jack and a spare. So thank you, Honda, for the spare. A little bit wider to get some wider items in. That's some packing I had to take off the car. And you can also let the rear seats down. Not all base trim sedans, compact sedans, let you do that. This one does. It's only one lever on the left side, and it should all come down in one big giant slab. Boom. There you go. Since there's no armrest, there's no 60-40 split. Now, look at that wide opening. You got some serious room in the back of this trunk on the Civic. Great use of cargo room by Honda. Window sticker, here we go. 26 Civic LX Blue Lagoon. Let's check out standard features left and right. Give you a slow roll. There's your options, just the paint. MSRP, MPG estimates, government safety ratings, parts content 55% US Canada, final assembly Canada, engine USA, transmission Mexico. Take her out for a spin. Okay, everyone, we're out on the road in this 26 Civic LX Blue Lagoon. The seats are base seats. They don't feel bad, right? They don't feel as luxurious as some, obviously higher end seats would feel, but they don't feel bad for a commuter car, point A to point B transportation. I think they're more than fine. I have a good ergonomic seating position too. Steering wheel's in a good spot. So I feel comfortable driving the vehicle right now. I got good visibility out all the glass. I got LED lighting up front. What I don't have here is blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert. Doesn't look like it's here. So that's something I don't like to have to pay extra for. I think, you know, that technology should be standard across the board. No sunroof, that's fine. And it handles just fine. The handling, steering's light, but it's very direct. Chassis is smooth as glass. Suspension well damped. You got McPherson front strut, multi-link in the rear. It handles the corners nice and smooth. Hangs on very easily. So it is a really nice driving Civic. It really is. And you're going to get wind noise and road noise. It is an LX trim. It's $26,200, but it's not as noisy as a Corolla. You know, not as noisy as a Corolla. That's for sure. Not as noisy as a K4 or an Elantra base trim. So, I like this. I really like this LX. I can see why these are so hard to find. And I really want to thank the Honda dealer here in Abington, Fred Beans, because they held on to this till I got here this morning. They didn't put it up on the website because as soon as the LX Civic goes up on the website, it's gone within hours, either to somebody who whips down local or somebody calls from out of town and buys it on a spot. These things are going like hotcakes. So I want to thank them for hanging on to this for me for an additional half day till they could get over here and film it. Much appreciated, Jim and the gang there at Fred Beans Honda. But it's really smooth. We got an 18-foot turning radius. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Here we go. no sweat, whips around. We got econ mode and normal mode. So I think we're going to roll an econ. You don't have a sport mode. We don't have, manual shifting. It is just a plain old point A to point B. And I love the Honda 2-liter, right? It's a naturally aspirated 2-liter inline 4, very reliable. The CVT, very reliable. Set up for gas mileage, gets great gas mileage for a non-hybrid vehicle. 36 miles per gallon in combined driving are the estimates. So that's really, really good. Over 40 on the highway. So you don't even need a hybrid to spend the extra money on a hybrid. This thing is looking so good as far as that goes. And it doesn't, you're right, it doesn't have much power. 150 horsepower, 133 pound-feet of torque, but the car weighs nothing. It's 2,875 pound curb weight. It weighs nothing. But it handles fine, drives fine, comfortable. You only have 4 speakers in the audio system. You only have the AM, FM, and your Bluetooth music. That's about it. Very, very simple. Very, very plain. Great commuter car. You got the auto vehicle hold, so if you're stuck in traffic, you don't have to sit there with your foot standing on the brake the whole time. Handles the turns fine. It's just a great entry-level commuter car, errands car, school car. No problem. Plenty of room in the trunk. Don't even need a hatch. The rear seats come down. Not all base trim compact sedans. Those base seats, back seats come down. But the nearest competitor here is going to be your Corolla LE. I'll put that video at the end of this one so you can compare the two. The for 26. Then you got the K4 is going to have a hatchback and a sedan for 26, and your Elantra, right, base trim. Those are the real competitors. The Jetta and the Mazda 3 are more expensive, but you also get 6-speed automatics and not CVTs, and more horsepower in both of those vehicles. But they're going to be more expensive. They're not going to be in this kind of ilk with the CVT and the lower horsepower 4-cylinder engines, the 2-liter engines, like you see in the Corolla, the Elantra, the K4 in this car. So you let me know what you think. If you're in the market for a point A to point B, let's say you're commuting to and from the train, to and from the city for work, right? Or you need it for school, or you need it just for around town. You want good gas mileage. You want low running costs. You want low insurance costs. I think the Civic LX is something you should put right on your list to test drive, because I think it'd be right up your alley. But you let me know what you would do. Put it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the car. But I do want to thank Fred Beans Honda here in Abington, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2026 Honda Civic LX in Blue Lagoon for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also drop a comment. Tell me what your thoughts are. Give it some hype points. Get it up in the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate that. And as always, please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.